the next week or so, really, with this cold and this snow sticking around on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know about you, it's getting old.
It is. It's
Right.
been old.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been old.
And you know, to get snow, you just have to be at 32.
Right.
Why do we have to be at 5?
Why?
You know? Anyways.
Just overdoing it. Yeah.
Overdoing it.
Yeah.
We're going to be overdoing it all week long. In fact, I think tonight may be the coldest night of the week. So here we go. We'll have a mix of cold alerts on and off throughout the week. This map's going to change. Sometimes you'll have an extreme cold warning, which is where wind chills have the potential to get down to -20 or colder. And then you also have cold weather advisories in this light blue. So the wind chill may be not as strong, maybe more like -10 and -15. Either one is cold though, and we'll have a mix of them just depending on how cold each night kind of gets. But the extreme cold warning does expire at 9 o'clock. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. It is chilly out there this morning. We're in the single digits. It's 8 degrees right now here in Indy. Of course, once you factor in the wind chill, makes it feel colder, down to -21 for Shelby County. We do have some colder temperatures in eastern Indiana. There's a light southwest wind right now, and we haven't had it as long, and a southwest wind is kind of a warmer wind. That's why, for example, Lafayette's warmer, -5. Warmer. I know -5 is still very cold, and -6 in Bedford, but that's one reason why you see these temperatures just a little bit colder off towards the east. More school delays and closings. You've got the scrolling ticker there at the bottom of your screen, over 100 different ones at least. We've got some still just old-fashioned snow days in the red, and then orangey yellow colors show you where we have some school delays and also e-learning and virtual days, and there's a lot of them. And those are just the public schools across the state. All right, where do we go from here? Well, down. Here we go. So we're talking about every morning getting near zero or dropping below zero, but with even that wind, you know, frostbite, the real serious one, we're talking about maybe about an hour it takes in order to form, but that frost nip where you start getting numb on the outside of your skin, that can happen in as little as 15 minutes. When you start feeling that, you want to get back inside, but make sure you are bundled up. Of course, the next several days. National Weather Service calls for 3 different layers. One to just keep the body warm, another one to kind of keep your outside warm, and just an extra one in the middle for good measure. But let's go ahead and talk about this next Clipper system. Guess what? Another cold front is on the way, as if we haven't had enough. This cold front will solidify the cold air for the rest of the week. In fact, tonight could get even colder. As it's passing through, we're going to have a few extra clouds. We won't have just completely clear sunshine like we had yesterday. It was beautiful yesterday. My goodness, it was bright as the sun was reflecting off the fresh snow. But as the clouds are coming in, there could be a few stray flurries. Really not a big part of our forecast. The only reason why I'm mentioning it is that if you're outside and you look up and you think, what, is it snowing for a second? You could get a couple flurries. Best chances will be to the east and to the north. So as those clouds are kind of thickening up later this morning and into the early afternoon, don't be surprised if you saw a stray snowflake. Not a big deal. It's just another Clipper system that's going to come on through. And check out these temperatures the rest of the week. Getting colder both in the mornings and the afternoons, slowly rebounding, Julia, next week.
All right, thank you, Matt. Some entertainment news now. A popular late night host is receiving an upcoming honor from the Writers Guild of America.
Here's David Daniel with today's Hollywood Minute.